Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, so I want to come back and I want to talk about the importance of knowing your mission and purpose. So I'm just going to start with myself, but why it's so important for everyone right now. You know that finding your purpose is one of the biggest things that you can do in life. And it's a lot easier now than it was before. You guys follow me, and you guys might think I'm extra arrogant. And arrogant only means to claim for oneself. They made it into a bad thing, but you can't take away claiming for yourself for what you want. That's manifesting. That's being a god. That means I claim that I am this, right? And some of you guys actually don't have a negative connotation. You're like, well, it's confidence because you can back it up. But it really, really comes from, fundamentally, is that I know who I am at the spiritual level. I know who I am at the soul level. And I know what my mission and purpose is, right? So every day when I wake up, I'm having those, not even affirmations, but I walk like a magician, So at the end of my emails, I put magician, teacher, warrior, healer, right? Because you're multidimensional. You're not just one thing. I'm not just a magician. I am also a teacher, and I have mastery in both, breaking them down so that people can understand. I'm not just those two things. I'm a warrior. I fight. But when I'm not fighting physically, I'm fighting spiritually. I'm fighting spiritually to win. I'm fighting spiritually for resistance. And as a warrior, as a soldier, I'm on mission. So I'm always talking about my mission, what it is, my purpose, because I did the work to get there. And don't worry, at the end I'll tell you sort of the things I did to get to this place, to just get to this knowing and just doubling down. But I'm also a warrior, right? And as a warrior, what do warriors do? There's certain things I do as a warrior. 1, fight. 2, stay on mission. 3, don't get distracted, complete the mission. Okay? So when I talk to people, and I know you're part of my tribe, I might call you, are you ready, soldier? Are you ready? Are you ready to complete the mission? I talk like that because at the end of the day, that is me. So before I did the work to find that out, I had that mentality and mindset, right? Once I found out, no, literally, you're a warrior. You're a spiritual warrior. They call on you when they need someone to fight against the dark, against the evil, against people who aren't doing right. They call on your spirit. You're the spirit that is on the front line. So when I look at my ancestors and I get the brief images I've received, they're warrior women. They are black women who are warriors with spears and makeup and face paint, right? And I say that because I'm sitting here so firmly telling you I'm a warrior, but that's me at the soul level. And the more I speak and embrace what the work I did to find out because you know who you are at the soul level, but it's getting the right words, right? Words are so important to express it. Means I'm always talking about it, but that lights me up, that energizes me. It makes sense for who and why I've always acted the way I have, all the interactions I've had. It gives me so much sense. It helps me forgive myself for past interactions where I was rough around the edges, but I'm like, that's what soldiers do, okay? We got to learn to soften up, but you were being who you are meant to be because I completed this and I completed that, and that warrior aspect did it. And so the forgiveness, which is what we all need, has come easier knowing who I am. Just like if you find out you are an artist and every day you embody that in some way, shape, or form, and you throw away that full-time job and you're like, no, I create, I'm an artist. And you just start doing things like creating because you realize at the soul level, that's what you are and that's your gift. There is an energy that fills you. There is a clarity that comes through you. And what you're doing is you're letting in your divinity. So not only does it feel right to me, so it feels right to talk on mission and purpose and completing the mission and don't stop and won't. And I'm a soldier. Are you a soldier? Are you ready, soldier? It makes me feel good. But every time I do that and embody who my spirit is, the more activated my DNA comes, the more energetic my words become, right? The more resonant I am with certain people. Because now I'm not just Lisa. You're meeting Lisa's spirit, and Lisa's spirit is shining through. And even if you can't see it with your eyes, you feel the energy of what it means to let your spiritual self, your true identity come through. So some of y'all don't even know, but that's what you're feeling. You're feeling on the spirit level, and your spirit, which is inside, which wants to express itself in its divinity, feels it and is like, keep listening, because one day this spark is going to rub off on you. And I'm talking, and this is at the spiritual level. Your spirit self and my spiritual self are having a conversation for us to connect and for you to meet me and for you to know me. There is 100% conversation. Not just that, before you met me, your spirit knew about me. And before I met you, my spirit knew about you. And there was a conversation. Bring these two together, because at this moment, she needs to remember who she is. She needs to remember that is the next stage in her evolution. I don't attract to me low-level folks, okay? If you're new to this, that's not who comes to this channel. The people coming to my channel who are ready for the next elevation, but they're pretty elevated themselves. And sometimes you just get connected to the people. If you need a little shift or a jump, that's who I am. That's who my tribe is. So when I'm saying this, it is not brand new to you to hear that your spirit and my spirit had a full-on conversation before we met. But when I embody my spirit, that sparks something in you, because then you're getting a piece of my divinity, right? So when I say I'm a teacher, and I don't just feel all modest about it, and and I'm like, no, I'm a teacher. Not only, and there's two things to it. It is, I've noticed that when I teach things, I can teach what some people consider very complex subjects. I will use real estate investing and break it down so people can do it in chunks that make sense, and they can do it unlike everything else that's been out there. It's my book that sparked them to go buy their first property, right? Or my teachings that gave them the ability to see it all through. That's because at the soul level, my soul literally goes around the galaxy when it's not, it's doing it now, and teaches people. So when I claim for myself, I am a teacher, not only is that information I found through the work I did, but every time I do that, I get better at teaching, because I'm acknowledging my soul. I'm saying I am a teacher at the soul level. Every time I go, I am a teacher at the soul level, my soul is like, yes, you are. Psh. If I had to picture, it's like, yes, you are. Psh, psh, psh. It's like you just get power coming through. You just get these energetic hits. And when you start embodying who your soul is at all levels, that those hits of power that come through you for acknowledging her and acknowledging, or him, and acknowledging and acknowledging and bringing and like, I'm bigger than this human body. My soul is bigger than this. My soul is galactic. My soul goes around the galaxy. My soul is respected as a warrior. My soul gets called on when the going gets tough, right? When you keep bringing them in, and like I said, there's all sorts of people. You might be a scholar. So when you're doing your scholar stuff and you're bringing your soul in, because your soul is studious and you're studious, and you bring it in, you own it and claim it. Like, I'm a scholar. I am a scholar. My soul knows. You get more and more energy in the acknowledgement of who you are. But when I say who you are, who your soul is, who your spirit is, there is power in acknowledging and doubling down once you've identified who and what your soul is and how it shaped you. I can't explain it. All of my work, if you might notice, it's not about books. I've read books, but it's just about experience. And I'm claircognizant. So, and clairsentient. Clairsentient, I can feel energy. So, I don't care if you're smiling in my face. If you're dirty, you're dirty. You're not getting over on me. It's just, I feel energy and I double down on that. Claircognizant is just a knowing. So when I talk about this, it's definable, but it's not something that like you can measure with a scientist. It just is. Try it for yourself. But the reason you guys feel this spark is because I'm always, every day, finding out more about my true self, and I'm doubling down on it, and I claim it, and I claim it, and I claim it. And every single time I claim it, I swear my energy, my vibration everything gets bigger and bigger. I guess that's what it is. It's not like power's coming down. It's just my vibration and frequency gets stronger and stronger and stronger. My signal is stronger. It's stronger than most. It's stronger than most. And every time I affirm it and bring my higher self in, it's stronger than yours. I almost feel like, honestly, the ultimate goal in this 3D illusion, in this 3D matrix, is to find out who your soul is and bring her down. And that is my whole goal every day. I do it through magic. I do it through claiming for what I found for myself that resonated as 22,000% true, and I own it. And some people are like, what's your soul like? What's your purpose? And I'm like, yeah, I don't get into my purpose, although I know exactly what it is. But I get into, like, I'm a warrior. I'm a magician. I'm a teacher. Sometimes I'll say all four. Sometimes just one that's appropriate. But every time I say it, it's like my frequency gets higher. But this is real work. And so I'm looking at people right now who are attracted to me. And I've been doing these workshops, which have been absolutely amazing. Because I love other sharp people. Because you make me sharp. And then I make you sharp. Then you make me sharp. Then I make you sharp. Then you make me sharp. Then I make you sharp. Then keeps going. So I love that. That's why I'm never going to be stagnant. I'm never going to be still. I'm never going to not have something to talk about. This is not happening, because we're constantly feeding and elevating. But I'm meeting you guys and I'm like, okay, good. All right, you got the first starts. You guys are already channeling. You're already doing this. You're already doing the healing. Next step, you got to embody who you are. You want the strongest signal of anyone else? The person who sits there who knows who they are. I am a magician. I am a warrior. I am a teacher. I am a healer. And I at the spiritual level and on the physical level, I'm good at all four, right? But when you are in I am, and it's not just I am you're creating, but it's I am acknowledging who your spirit self is, your signal is going to be the strongest signal in the room, period. And right now, we need everyone to be the strongest. We need everyone to be the strongest signal in the room, okay? We need it. Why do we need it? Man, just because that's the next stage. You want the next stage? That's the next stage. I am. So I actually made some coffee cups and mugs, literally, and I'm going to list them if you want to buy them for yourself, but literally it's I am, period. You are. I need everyone to get to that point where they say I am with their whole entire chest, okay? Your whole chest. Your whole chest. You don't care who's looking. You don't care what they say. Like, I am an artist. I am a mother, or I am whatever it is. Because some of us have different roles, right? Some of you are just the mother. Not just to your family, to everyone in your vicinity. But when you do the work and find out that what your purpose and mission is, and you align yourself to that, and you say, I am the mother, and I came here to be the mother, and I'm damn good at being the mother, and you can never do anything because I know who I am. I don't care if you try to scare me. I don't care. I know who I am on the spiritual level. I'm telling you, there's something powerful. And I'm not just doing this as I am this. No, do the work to find out what your mission and purpose is. So I'm going to tell you what I did. Right? And it was a whole bunch of little things that add up to a big thing. But you can do it too. It's not like it was in the past. I think in the past it was so hard to find your purpose. But me and all my masculine energy, I'm like, nope, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And it was these layers that built up to a crescendo. So I literally have some of my earlier videos, or if you go to my website, My Soul Powered Life, it's like how to know your soul's gift and purpose in 30 days. And it just walks you through different types of arts, occult arts that have remained alive, that have been uncovered. And you will know who you are just by reading them, right? Or read the books that I recommend. But first start off by what's your archetype, right? I have found, and there's all different archetypes. And so there's this woman who does female archetypes. I worked with that, right? And that was within the female genre. This genre, I'm talking about who you are as a spirit. Who are you in the royal court, right? And so when I talk about, there are kings and queens. There's priests and priestesses. I'm a priestess. There are warriors. I'm a warrior. I'm also a little queen, but my queen is below. First, I'm a priestess. And then secondly, I'm a warrior. I actually thought the warrior was the first, but it was like, no, your spiritual ascension is actually, and the ability to communicate that was is actually your strongest gift for this incarnation. And then third, I'm a queen, right? So I like to say I'm a princess. Not a big queen, I'm a little queen. So like princess, but like I'm in little queen status right now. And that has a whole thing behind it. It's not just idle words. Like my soulmate, he is a king. Like there's all these characteristics that embody it. Being able to play chess, you know, and I was telling him this, he was like, oh my God, how'd you know I play chess? It's the only thing that challenges me. And it's like, I have a whole bunch of people in no court. Like, you know what I mean? And they have certain characteristics. They're very charismatic. They can see big picture. Now, they have some negatives, just like warriors have negatives, and just have the priests have negatives, right? The priestesses can be very dogmatic. The warriors fight too dang much and end up in jail, which I literally was scared of. My other warrior friends are like, I've been to jail, right? So when I meet other warriors and we share stories, we're just like, oh my God, it's so nice to know why we're wilding out and everyone's looking at us and we're just like, fight. And we're like, that's how we're supposed to be to complete our missions, but we have to learn to calm it down, right? And there's a negative aspect to the king and the queen because sometimes they're so used to manipulating people. They're so used to manipulating people that they get in a lot of trouble too. You know, R. Kelly is a king personality type. He used those powers of charisma, and you literally have the ability to magnetize people. So it's literally, they can magnetize you. So I knew some king personalities. I literally had to cut the cords, and I'm aware, and I knew that, wow, it's magnetic. If you are not aware, you don't know why you're with this narcissistic king and why you want to stay. It's magnetic and it's addictive. So they also have negative, like R. Kelly, who indulge in that in the wrong way, and he's in jail now. Or they end their lives really quickly. They don't last long. So those are the ones I would start with just because it can be very validating. And they also have artists and servers. Like half my family are servers. They are not in the royal court. They are there to just sort of, they have their own goals and missions. They're not my missions. And what it helped was like my family members who are the servers, that's not bad. You need everyone, right? You want to be a king by yourself? No one to help you out? You know what I mean? Like, no, everyone's important and you need to treat them all right because they're still important. Now, their goals may not be the same as yours, right? My goal is like world and global. Like, that's how I think. I don't think smaller than major national impact. Right? My sister's like, I just want a job, okay? But she also, right? But she was also very loving, and that's what she taught me. That was her place. So yeah, she's a server, but she was instrumental in me being a lot more humble, being a strong king, priest, dogmatic warrior when I was little versus I'm a little bit more refined now. So it's so important to know your role because there is honor in every level, right? I hire people, right? I need them. Right? Just because they make this much and I earn this doesn't mean anything. We all work together, right? And you need to know your place because sometimes you might feel bad that you don't think that big and think you need to. No, you literally have a couple of goals on this mission. Accomplish those 2 goals and call it a day. I have like 6, but you know, they gave it to the right one because I'm a fighter. So if I got 6 gonna get done. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think is going to get done. They've chose the right one, right? So I might have more, but I was also equipped to be able to have more missions, right? And you need to know do you have 3? Do you have 6 too? Because a lot of y'all got 6. A lot of y'all got a lot of purpose in your life. And honestly, I'm finding you guys, and it's interesting when I open up to see how powerful you are. Y'all are straight goddess incarnates. Y'all are straight goddess incarnates, okay? Like, I work with this one, Melina. You see her on the 7 Rays. Like, Isis is, like, always there. She's literally a goddess incarnate. And some of you guys are goddess incarnates. Like, and you feel it. You're very much in your divine feminine. And some of you guys in your God incarnate. I look at Nazir Ra. I think he needs more divine feminine balance. He's a YouTuber who talks about spirituality, and he's been around for a long time. I think he needs more balance, but definitely you can just see it in his energy. You can't fake that. Like, you know, he has that godlike energy from his deity, his linkages, right? Now, I have Oshun in my lineage, my deity linkage, but, you know, it's not, you know, I'm a magician, I'm a warrior, I'm a healer, I'm a teacher, right? Like, you know, and that's what I like. I'm a very action-oriented soul. So I don't get jealous of other people. I think it's amazing, right? I met this one girl. She's like super highly telepathic. I'm like, girl, do you? I think it's amazing the people I help spark open to that next level. But so the importance is that knowing who you are. Oh yeah, I was going into all the different ways. So that's one way I highly suggest. I put a brief description. There's a website on it, but there's even a book. Buy that book and give it to your friends and family. That's the book that should be shared, right? Just like someone gave me Think and Grow Rich and they gave me Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's the book that should be shared, and I've shared it many times. The other way, what are your soul gifts, right? Mine is divine power, mine is divine truth. I got that, I read it and I sort of knew it, but then I had someone who channeled the energy and she confirmed it. So what does it mean, divine power and divine truth? Truth, on the spiritual plane, when angels talk about it, because you got to understand they talk a little differently. Truth is your truth of your spirit. I am able to see and know my true spirit. I am also able to help others see and know their true spirit. Okay? So whatever you're good at, it's because you have a job or duty to help others, people with it. Okay? Or to teach them that, or to show them that through example. I'm also power. Divine power are those who are really great at manifesting. Ding, ding, ding. What do I talk about? You know, the life of I want, I'm happy. You not, you need to manifest what you want. Right? Like, but then there's divine compassion, divine love, divine creation, self-expression. You need to know which one of those gifts are. Because when I sit there, I'm like, my spirit is divine truth. My spirit is divine power. And I think of myself in those terms. Not Lisa, but my spirit. More energy, more energy, more energy, more energy, my strength, my signal, my signal, my signal. The more of you bring into your daily 3D life as a spiritual being, the more you bring in, the stronger your signal. So when I have that cup that says I am, or I have that mug that says I am, that's what I mean, okay? It means something great. And then those are the soul gifts, and you can have a look on that, you know your soul purpose in 30 days. Also, what else? I think it's important to know your archetype, to know your soul gifts. Oh my gosh, I even found out that Eastern numerology was I would almost say stronger, or maybe I think a little stronger than Western numerology. Because that's when I saw that my arrow of strength was action. Other people talk about it, you do. And so I was like, yes, I am that way. But now I own it. I'm like, I am, I do, I take action. It is what it is. Downloads, energy, signal, stronger, stronger, signal, strength, signal, stronger. Struggle, stronger than others, stronger than others, stronger than others, stronger than others. I can't express to you how every day when you do this, and now you got me like 4 years in the game doing this. I'm like, if I'm not sending out a strong signal, you ain't paying attention, right? If I'm not firmly understanding that I'm 5D, you're not paying attention. Like, no one's faking this. I told you guys what my spiritual practice is, what I do every day. You can just listen to that and know that this is some serious stuff. But it comes from that energy I get to be able to create my life, because the more I acknowledge and bring in my higher self, the stronger my signal. The stronger my signal, the easiest it is to manifest what I want. The easier it is to manifest what I want, the more time I can spend on my spiritual practice. The more time I spend on my spiritual practice, the more I know who I am, and the stronger my signal gets, and it goes in a circle after circle after circle. It repeats itself, which is why the circle is such a huge thing, or the infinity signal is such a huge thing, because when you're 5D, you live it. You live this circle of evolving evolution in steps. It's like climbing up the ladder of your DNA. So I would recommend that. Those were very, 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 and my ex-husband, I saw his arrow was a physicality. I was like, and I always call him a farmer, because he doesn't have the big vision I do. He is definitely that server, scholar personality, which really worked for me because he was intelligent, which was something that I instinctively as a teacher, magician, warrior respect, right? Warriors respect the smart guy. And sometimes they don't, but magicians do. I don't know. I just like intellectual people, okay? And then the server, like, he was really helpful, which is what we need when you're trying to build something big. You need someone who is right there. And, I call him a farmer because, it's just really obvious that his goals were not mine. Mine were huge. Build a huge business, have impact on millions. I don't even think of thousands. I think in millions, right? That's where my signal strength is. It had to work to get to that level, but that's where the signal strength is now. that I emit. And, you know, his was like, I just want a family and a house. You know what I mean? And there was a reason why we split, because it was just such a, you know, it became very apparent. We were just on different wavelengths and frequencies. But, you know, even then, like, once you own that, you bring it into you, like, bring it in, it helps to strengthen your signal. So the Eastern numerology is good, and combine that with Western. All of these tell the whole story. And then if you have not gotten your astrological birth chart readings, I don't know what, those things are like $20, or go to an astrologer. Those things are dead on. If you need recommendation, I can give you one, or there's word of mouth. But those are, I did a cheap one that wasn't even like sort of repeated itself. It was like computer. Still, there was one, I got it when I was 18. There's one line in it that says, you are really good at inspiring people, especially financially. So here I am, an engineer. I invested in these properties. I was like, yeah, this works. What are people waiting on? And I was like, yeah, but I'm an engineer. Should I be doing this? And like that one line came back to me. So Spirit was her working with me. That one line from 10 years ago was like, you will do good teaching people. I was like, okay, let me do this part-time on YouTube and put people up on game so that they can do it. And, you know, the rest is history. Right? Like it's a movement now. It's bigger than Lisa. I might be the head of it, but everybody else is doing their job to facilitate it. And, you know, that one line gave me the push. And I'm all action. Remember, I'm action anyways. So it doesn't take much for me to be pushed to action, right? It just took that, and my spirit knows that. It only takes one thing for me to go ahead and go, let's do it. You know? And I did it, and I found out people were waiting for this type of information, the way that I can explain it, the way that I positioned it, so that they felt like they can do it and then accomplished it, right? And it was like this one line from a birth chart reading in 2000, okay? The year 2000. And so I'm saying this because I'm like, get your dang chart read, okay? Most of the people who are attracted to me have money. If you don't have money, $20 to go to like astrologycafe.net and get the birth chart reading. You can get them for free now. Or you can at least get your signs, but just go get your chart read. There's cheap ones, and then there's more advanced and more sophisticated. Actually, I haven't done a new one since that 2000 one, but it was really old. I actually, at this stage, will pay money for an astrologer to get like a complete one by an astrologer, right? Not like an online program that like repeated itself, because online programs aren't going to be as good as a person who does it. So, I mean, those 4 or 5 things right there, if you just took those alone and started embodying yourself. But of course, when people have different things, they're like, what's your archetype? Da, 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 da. It's sort of funny because like I took this, like whatever the archetype is, it matches what my soul is, right? So I remember I took this one on like the female archetype, and what it was like a young princess acting like mentality. I was like, I call myself a warrior princess, right? Because I'm not a queen, but definitely I'm royal. You know what I mean? And it was just funny where I took this one about how do you relate to money? Are you a money manifestor? Are you a money magician? I was a money magician because like I know how to do the work, right? So my action from Eastern numerology, my arrow of strength was action. Always, if you're action oriented and you want something, you get it. Period. That is a wonderful gift, right? It does not take much for me to act and do and create to get something. What? I only have like 400 YouTube subscribers, and I've done 2 workshops and I have 3 scheduled. What does that tell you? I don't wait. Like, I do. But in the doing, the energy comes, and the people who are meant to meet you come to you, right? I don't wait for validation outside. That, you know, you saw my about spiritual gatekeeper. I don't need you. I act, I do. I'm led by spirit and source, okay? And so, and I'm saying this because other people might wait, that's not big enough, whatever. And there's going to be more people at my next one and more people at the next, because these are great workshops and they're having really good effect on people, taking them to the next level. And it's like, I have a lot in my head, you know, like I already have 3 more on this one, and on my other channel I have 2. Like it's so many. And so, so what I'm saying is, if you know these things and can embody these things, you'll start seeing your archetypes that you know for yourself showing up when you're doing all these other different realms, which are talking to like specific things. You'll start to see your spirit keep expressing itself. And every time you express and acknowledge your spirit, every time you do it, it's energy. energy, 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 power, 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 signal, 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 strength, 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 strength. Okay? Just, you gotta try it. I didn't just get here to be sitting here talking about happily in 5D. Everyone's having the worst 2020 and I'm like unfazed, unbothered. Don't bother me. Spirit's helping me do what I need to do, and I'm on task and I'm on mission. You see me say something relevant. You don't just get to this point. It took some work, but what I did was I made it easy for you guys. So it's so funny. A lot of people are watching these videos. Go back, please, and watch my earlier ones. Do those healings to get those energy upgrades so that when this huge energetic shift comes, you can absorb as much as possible because you cleansed, did the work, you're upgrading, and you are a clear, uncaused signal, cleansed, abundant, happy, tapping into your soul gifts. I think I might do a healing just to uncover your psychic abilities or a workshop, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But you're ready and able to accept all of it, not just get a dose. You can get as much as possible, right? Because when that big shift of energy comes, I'm going to get as much as possible because my energy is already cleansed and I have the ability to hold a high vibration, right? I did the work to do that. I did the DNA activations to do that. I walk in my strong signal every day by acknowledging my spirit in my life and in my work. And so the more I acknowledge her, the more of a vibration, my divine vibration comes through. I also did a QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis technique, like last week. So your girl is still evolving, right? Like, I don't want y'all to think I stopped. I'm still with healers. I still have mentors who help me, just honestly though, sometimes they just clarify stuff I already sort of knew inside, but you need to hear it outside sometimes, and it's okay. I give them money, they flourish. They give me, new people. So in these quantum healing techniques, your soul can step through if you're ready for that. And she's talking and she's so unbothered. I don't stress that much, but maybe get a little worked up. She's like, you're fine. But she's so straightforward, and she's very, unbothered, but extremely strong. And, she's talking about my mission and what needs to be done next, and and she's this beautiful soul, but she's so happy, she's happy with me. She's like, go girl. She didn't say that. She don't talk like that, but she's happy because I'm bringing her in. I don't walk alone. I walk with spirit. You walk with spirit. I don't care what you do. My signal too strong to be stressed by you. This one woman tried to curse me because I said I know magic. And I'm like, girl, my vibration's too high for you. Bye. Bounce. Return to sender. Bounce. Dragon guides. Bounce. Protection. Bounce. Ancestors. Bounce. Archangel Michael. Bounce. You ain't touching me. I don't walk alone. I walk with my spirit, and I walk with the spirit of a lot of strong people of dominion, okay? And they work with me. They love me. I love them. And so that's where you get to this point with your signal strength being that high. And it's so interesting when I talk about it differently than other people, because maybe it's my engineering background, but I see it as a signal strength. I see it as, more power gain, more power. Your power is amplified. I just think in these energetic electrical power transmission terms.